That's going to be said a lot today. That right there.
And he's over there cooking, bro.
You know, I'm cooking. I'm chef. Chef Dom is what they call me. Welcome back to another episode of Around the Clock podcast. This is officially episode 14, not 13. No, we were a little confused last time. I'm your host, Dom. Alongside of me and my beautiful co-hosts, the illustrious Gary Wayne and Brandon the Entertainer. Got a lot to hit on in a short amount of time, boys. So should we just get to cooking?
Let's get to cooking.
We can start a little light. Today because this is kind of old news, but I wanted to talk about it. So Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney fought.
Right.
Haney, obviously, undefeated fighter. Ryan Garcia didn't make weight, so it wasn't for the belt. But he beat the shit out of that boy.
Yeah,
beat the brakes off that boy, unfortunately. Then it comes out that Ryan Garcia, quote-unquote, tests positive, which now I've seen recently that he really didn't test positive.
Right.
But this begs the question of how are you not alerted of this prior to the fight? Do you think it's not testing? I think it's a money thing. Because if we don't let this guy fight,
right,
nobody makes money.
Right.
Fight's already playing.
So with fights this big, you spend months.
Oh, yeah.
3, 4, 5 months ahead of time promoting this fight.
Upwards of 6 months for some.
And then the money that goes into it, especially the big fights, you go overseas and stuff, Saudi Arabia and stuff, that fight's going to happen regardless. There's nothing that's going to stop that fight.
I would have to say that I would assume the top 5 fights globally every year have to promotions, ticket sales, prize payouts, paying all the what do they call it? What's the card? I'm drawing a blank on the name. The undercard.
Oh yeah,
the guys that fight before.
Yeah.
I would say it has to be and this might sound crazy, but it's got to be at least $500 million, if not more. Because you got, all right,
Maybe.
so I think Garcia made, $30 million on the fight? Something like that? Between those two guys, they probably made close to $100 million. Yeah. Obviously, the undercard's not getting paid a lot, but they might be getting,
But a lot of those guys, they jump at that opportunity to be like, oh, man, I could be on the undercard of a Tyson fight.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah, I'll do it.
So it just blew my mind when I saw that. I'm like, how are you guys finding out post-fight that this man tested positive or something?
Yeah, it's 3 days later?
Yeah, I'm like, you got blood. You got the best doctors in the world.
Right, yeah.
They went to CVS and got a drug test, dog. But I just wanted to hit on that a little bit. Obviously, the Patrick Beverley thing, I believe that was false. I think ESPN put out a statement saying that they didn't ban him. I would say that I would assume that he might lose opportunities within the ESPN umbrella though, because that was pretty petty, man.
Yeah,
that was pretty petty. He did reach out to the reporter and he apologized. For those that don't know, Brandon, I don't know if you're aware, Patrick Beverley had a post-game interview where he was asked some questions by an ESPN female reporter, and he didn't want to talk to her because she said she didn't watch his podcast. So he said, don't talk to me if you don't listen to my podcast. So,
and I think that's exactly how we should be. Next time I go to the grocery store, I'm like, do you follow my podcast?
Yeah.
Well, what, you said that was false?
Well, it was false that he was being
banned from
ESPN. But the thing is,
it happened. There was video proof of it.
And there was also the prior incident that happened in the game.
Yeah, well,
he threw the basketball at the fan.
Which I saw that. I'm like, bro, all he's doing is throwing it back. Unless the dude was saying something, I couldn't tell. But
I will say this:
he didn't throw that ball hard.
He threw that ball hard as fuck.
The fan?
No,
Patrick Beverley. Yes, that's what I'm saying. The fan just threw it back.
Yeah, the fan threw it,
and he was asking for it.
Yeah, he was heated. He was already heated from the game. But Pat Bev threw that ball hard as fuck. Yeah,
and hey, Buddy was ready to tussle.
Yeah,
he big guy.
He don't back down, bro.
He was ready to tussle.
He seems kind of, I don't know, just out there, bro.
He's an underdog, man. He feels like he's got a chip because Patrick Beverley didn't start off in the NBA. He played overseas for I think 3 years before he got the call. So I mean, I think he's a Chicago kid. I think he just feels like everybody's out to get me. But it's like, and also, I mean, I think that to a degree, every team wants a Patrick Beverley, sort of like a Draymond Green, guys like that.
Yeah, you just want somebody to go hustle 100% all the time and just be that.
You need a little bit of a bully, just like in hockey with like a bruiser. You know what I'm saying? Everybody needs a bruiser on their team. Because we're not paying you a lot of money, so we can lose you for a couple games. It's not really going to make or break our season. Right. But you're the fall guy.
He did end up getting suspended.
Oh, did he?
For 4 games.
Okay.
So I guess 4 games next year. Whatever.
Yeah. Speaking of suspension, what do we think about Rashee Rice? Not on the list, but we're talking about suspension.
I don't know what happened with that second incident.
So I saw that the club promoter claims it, or the club owner claims that they've got video footage and that's false, that didn't happen, and that he wasn't drinking.
So
either.
Did he hit the guy?
I'd have to go back and look. It was like a photographer or something like that. But
and okay, so the photographer asked for a picture.
I don't know. The dude like waited till he got home.
He was in a bar. He was at a bar.
He was at a club.
Right, yeah.
So I'm like, why is there a photographer? Like, I don't know. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
Like, it's like a club.
That wasn't my first question. My first question was, it was Monday. It was Monday.
Oh, wow.
It was a Monday night. What are you doing at a nightclub on Monday night? I guess that's the thing.
I mean, OTAs are right around the corner.
I'm like,
well, and it's like
we live in Kansas City.
Nah, but you can go out on Monday night in Kansas City too. But you're not gonna be like there's not gonna be a photographer in the club.
Yeah,
there ain't gonna be anybody in the club.
Like, oh, there's some spots that pop off on Mondays. Like they got industry nights, so people that work service industry bars on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they got spots. But it's not like the thing is like, brother, you're already under a microscope,
right?
You're basically in your hometown of Dallas.
Everybody's
watching you.
I'll be at home.
Time to sit your ass down. So I think this one's kind of hard because what he did was technically a felony. He's got like 8 charges, but it's like, what can the NFL necessarily do to suspend him for? I mean, he wasn't drunk. I think he was drunk. I think that's why he left the scene. Like, nobody's going to admit that, but you don't leave the scene unless you're drunk. He had a little bit of weed, obviously, so somebody's got to take the fall. But I also heard there was another player that was with him that was driving the other car. Another guy that plays for like the Texans or somebody. So but Rashee Rice is the bigger name. I think at most 8 games. For anybody that listens to
what other way to get people to believe you than to go out to the club a couple weeks and drink?
No, exactly. Rashee Rice on the block for all of our around the clock fantasy. If you're within our actual fantasy network, Rashee Rice, which I pay him, Dave. I'll give you money because I know you need money. I'll give you money to take him back, Dave. Worst trade ever. Worst trade ever. Speaking of trades. We're going to run through this podcast quick, boys. Speaking of trades, this is something I had on my mind. Again, I don't think that you two ever come prepared. I don't think you look at the list, so I don't think you're going to be prepared for this. What do you think is the wildest draft day trade in NFL history?
The wildest draft day trade?
Yes, I can go first. Or just draft scenario. My very first thought.
Actually, it has to be a trade. You're talking about just the wildest thing that happened on draft.
I mean, a deal, trade.
I think.
I already know. I already got it. Right,
you want to go or you?
I think this was a draft day. I can't remember, but it might have been the Miami Dolphins running back.
Which one? Ricky Williams.
So
that was mine. That was mine.
Okay, that's the first one that come up to my head.
Bro, they gave up like 5 first, and then I saw that something else is that I think it was Mike Dick at the time. He called the Bengals and offered the Bengals like their first round for the next like 5 years and all their picks of that year, I think. And the Bengals turned it down. I saw a video on it the other day.
I think Eric Dickerson might have been involved in draft day trade.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Trying to see if I can find the video.
I also know that a lot of draft day stuff, you don't really know the effects of it until years later.
Yeah, until the draft picks.
But I mean, like giving up what they gave up to get Ricky Williams.
Oh no,
like that is insane. That is insane. I would say maybe even. Let me see if I can find. I don't know if I saved the fucking video or not. I don't think I did. One of the crazier things I think also might be the like Eli Manning. The Eli Manning deal I think was pretty big.
I'm just not playing here.
Yeah,
I don't care what you say. It's not happening.
Oh, wasn't some in basketball, Scottie Pippen? I mean, he got actually drafted to, was it the Suns or something like that? But he didn't even know that there was already like a backdoor deal that was going on. So even though they drafted him, he was always going to be going to the Bills or the Bulls that whole time. Like he had no idea. Yeah, it was on draft day. Like they are. If you go back and watch that,
play for them.
Who you talking about?
Pippen.
Yeah, he always played with the Bulls.
He was drafted by the Bulls.
No. He was drafted by somebody else, but they already said the Bulls already went to, let's just say it's the Suns. Don't quote me. I think it might be in the Suns or somebody. But they already said Suns pick him and we'll finish our trade. Like they already had a backdoor deal going on. But it was essentially it was the Bulls drafting him, but like if you go look at it on that day, he's wearing a different hat, but he never played for that team. He got drafted to that team and then traded right away because he didn't even know. It was reporters telling him, "Hey, I got, how would you feel about playing with the Bulls? He was like, oh, I guess, like,
I guess that'd be nice.
He's like, because it sounds like you are going to be playing with the Bulls. And while he's wearing another team's hat. Like, it's kind of crazy.
I'm not pulling anything up yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm keeping this stuck. So I pulled up some of the wildest draft day trades, or just some of the most memorable ones. So I didn't realize the Atlanta Falcons gave up a lot to get Julio Jones in 2011. They sent their first, second, and fourth round picks to the Cleveland Browns, along with their first and fourth round picks in the 2012 draft to move up from 27 to number 6. So I say that's a winner. That's definitely a winner. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Who else we got? We got Troy Polamalu on here. Man, they're not too crazy. Obviously picking up. Oh, who is this? Oh, and the Chiefs selected Tony Gonzalez? Yeah, I'd say that's it. That's it. Fuck it. We weren't prepared for that, folks. I apologize.
So it's the Sonics. That's what we got drafted to.
Okay. We got 2 topics on here. I think we should just go ahead and hold on. Let me turn this up a little bit. I got a little something for the fans real quick. Just a little something for the fans. Let me know if you can hear this. Hold on. Oh, is it playing? Oh, yeah. Hold on, let me turn this up real quick. We're about to get into some stuff. Yeah. Anybody that knows music knows what's coming up next. But I just want to make sure the folks at home get a good taste of what we about to get into. Ha 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 ha. Check out this bizarre rapper style used by me. The B.I.G. I put my key, you put your key in. Money will be seeing. We'll reach the fucking ceiling. Check it. My calico been cop. This rap Alfred Hitchcock drop top notch. Player hating gon' stop. This instant. Rappers too persistent. Quick to spit. For the folks at home, that's What's Beef by the late great notorious B.I.G. And speaking of beef, man,
there's a lot of beef going around.
Yeah, I mean,
there's a lot of cows,
there's a lot of barbecues. It's a lot of cooking going on, man. It is a lot of cooking.
Every day you wake up, there's a new beef
in the sports world, in the comedy world,
yes,
in the rap game. I mean, it is just going on and on and on and on. You still trying to find that Scottie Pippen picture?
I'm trying to find a picture of him wearing a hat, but they have it on that.
It was AI then. I think you got it.
No, if you go watch was it Last Dance?
Oh yeah,
it's on there. It's on there. It's doc.
What we want to start with, man? We got a lot of beef, man. We want to get to the rap first, or do we want to get into the sports first?
It don't matter. We can go to rap first because I think that's what exploded.
That's the hot topic.
That's what exploded all the other beef.
So if you've been living under a rock, obviously you're probably not aware, but it's a damn shame if you're not. Kendrick Lamar, reigning out of Compton, California, Los Angeles' finest, has gotten to a rap beef with Toronto's very own, from the 6th God, Drake himself, Aubrey Graham, as they know him as. And boy, it was incredible. I think when this beef first came out, Brandon was he didn't know what side to pick at first. He did some doubling back.
I don't think it's a pick side thing. I don't look at beefs like you picking side.
Well, somebody's got to win it. It's a battle.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a battle, but I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I like to hear good music.
This was arguably the greatest beef of rap history.
The way it unfolded,
songs came out with this many songs. We got a lot of music.
This wasn't I was
greatest beef
musically, I believe.
You're talking about just actual music,
music. Like Biggie and Tupac. You got Hit 'Em Up and you got Who Shot You. Right. That's really all you got out of those.
No, musically, but everybody publicly knew that they were just never going.
Oh well, yeah.
No, but I'm glad this wasn't drawn out over. I mean, like the songs and stuff.
Well, yeah,
wasn't drawn out over a year or 6 months. But I do feel like it's not done yet. I don't think it's over yet.
I know we had a conversation, and I mean, look, the way that Drake, he left the door open a little bit, but on his last song, he definitely hinted towards this is done. This is done.
I just don't get that. I don't get that at all.
I don't. I would love that we could play it.
Yeah. On his last album, he said that he basically said he was retiring. He said he's gonna step away. He's retiring, and then everybody made that. Like, I don't even gonna say everybody, but there were some people who wasn't great fans of it. So then he dropped the other 6 songs as part of it.
Oh, for the dog.
Yeah, and he was like, "All right, I know I said I was retiring, but I came back for this." And then he says he's going on vacation, retiring. after he did his tour, with 21 Savage and whatnot. And
But
then
I don't care about none of
and
that.
then after that,
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you.
you try to comfort the boy when he's hanging up his cleats.
Nah.
That's what happened.
This has been a beef that has been cooking for a decade now. Better part, you gotta realize Control came out 10 years ago.
Right.
When Kendrick said, I'm
But
trying
that
to
was
murder
everybody.
everyone.
That was everybody.
Drake was mentioned.
Drake was mentioned, yes.
Drake was mentioned. And they've been throwing subliminals at each other ever since. So we go down a list of songs if you guys want to go down a list of songs. We ain't got to play them. I give my opinion, though. I mean, obviously, you know where I stand. I love both artists. I'm a fan of both, fan of the music.
I was a fan of them doing songs together. I'm a fan of everybody. I'm a fan of Future.
So
I was a fan of The Weeknd. I think all of them guys doing songs, J. Cole, all them guys doing songs together was elite. I don't know how DJ Khaled gonna make another album because ain't nobody friends anymore.
Not with them.
So it's.
I mean, he can still make the album. They just won't be on songs together. They'll come to the studio at separate times.
I'll be like, hey, is Drake gonna be on here? I don't want to be on here then. Is
Well,
Kendrick gonna be on here? I don't want to be on here.
I don't think
then.
Kendrick's gonna be on it. He's never on anybody's album though.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't
But
think
they
he
did
was
songs
on-
together, like Poetic Justice and stuff. That was dope.
But they said that Poetic Justice, he was shooting at him on that too. If you go back and listen to it,
I don't think so.
I'd have to listen to it again. They were saying like I think one thing that I feel like rap beef really brings out of the fans is the conspiracies. It really brings out like, oh well, this
because nobody knows what's
it's
really.
It's like, have you seen that meme of what's the guy from Charlie from the what's the show based in Philly? It's got his name's Charlie. It's got a little short dude, the short actor. What's it called? It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, okay.
There's like a meme of him standing in front of a chalkboard, and he like looks like he's going crazy, and it's like all these equations.
Oh yeah.
I feel like that's what this beef was like. Okay,
Like,
what's this
well,
stuff?
it gets two different fan bases on every single beef that we always get. It's like at least in modern time right now. Like it's back in the day, in 80s, 90s, it was pretty much straightforward. It wasn't very many subliminal messages. Now there are so many sublims. There's so many double and triple entendres that you got to like really break down.
Yeah.
But some fans, they won't even listen to that stuff. Like,
No.
so they think that person didn't say nothing.
Right.
But like,
Well,
and I think kind of me and you were kind of like I'll go back and listen. Like I did it. And we was on a group chat, and I'm like, man, he's kind of saying the same stuff that he said before. Like that, not
Pusha T,
not Pusha T, but
Meek Mill?
Rick Ross.
Rick Ross.
I was like, he's saying the same stuff that Rick Ross said. Like Rick Ross already said this.
Well,
And but then when you just like some of the small subliminals, you like.
Right.
like when you go back and listen, like everybody was like, "Oh, Kendrick dropped Euphoria," and this sucked. He's repeating stuff. I'm like, did y'all actually listen to the song? The fact that he said, and I'm gonna get back to that in 8 bars. So then you gotta understand. So he's saying something about his ability to rap, number one. Then he's saying, listen for 8 more bars. So 8 more bars, I'm gonna get back to what I'm saying right now. And that's when the YMLE track comes with. And YNMLE is in prison for killing his friends.
Yeah.
And he mentions to that, like, I'm gonna have to kill y'all. And so I think that went over. I mean, there was a lot of stuff in that song that I was like, oh wow. And then it like back to back, I like that record. Matter of fact, I'll get back to that in a second. He dropped another song. Like it just
later that night almost.
It was yeah. I mean, like it was
crazy.
My whole perspective on this beef, and I know we probably disagree, was that I feel like this was the first time in Drake's career where he was on the defense. Like he wasn't on offense, this beef. He was on defense. I feel like because Kendrick had a little bit more strategic plan and calculated that he was. And so everything Drake was doing was having to respond to him, not necessarily shoot at him. It was like having to respond to him.
Well, I mean,
so that's like the defense.
He didn't, I don't feel like Drake started the beef.
No, I'm not saying not saying about he started. But as far as his responses are defensive,
But naturally, whoever starts it is going to be on the offensive side.
Not necessarily. Like I mean, when Drake and Meek Mill went at it, I think Meek's the one that called him out.
Yeah, right.
And Drake was on offense because Drake was cooking him. Like there was nothing that he had to worry about responding to. That's how we got back to back. That beef was so good. I don't even remember the first song that Drake put out. Do you remember what that song was?
Yeah, it was.
I don't remember what it was.
I can't think of the name of it.
Like I know back to back. That's the only song I know of that whole beef that I can recall. Back to back is the one song that comes. I don't even, and I know it's in the name. He dropped 2 songs. I just don't remember what the first song was. So it's one of those things where it was like I feel like his back was against the wall, And I also feel like he wasn't prepared for Kendrick to have the plan that he had. Because nobody, like, it's well known in the industry that Kendrick is a slow writer. Kendrick doesn't put out a lot of music. That's why Drake said on Family Matters, or I think it was Family Matters, and he was like, oh, look, Kendrick talked again. Let's get him a Grammy. Because he doesn't put out music ever. So that was a shot at him. But then I don't think he was prepared for this man to have a lot of stuff to come out with. And that's why on that last song, I felt as if that was Drake almost throwing up the white flag a little bit. Not necessarily.
I didn't give a hint at that at all. I just didn't. He didn't hint at that. He didn't say, I'm done. He didn't say, he honestly said it waiting on you to respond.
Oh, something happened there. I don't know what happened there with the camera.
Battery low.
Is that what it said?
It said battery.
Oh, well, okay. Well, hopefully your camera's still working. I guess I should have plugged it in. I didn't realize that.
It said battery something.
Yeah. I mean, he said, I don't want to beef with you no more.
Yeah, you want to check?
Those were his words.
No, I don't think. No, it wasn't that direct. You're making it that direct.
Okay.
It was not.
Let's just play the song real quick. Let's just play the song.
What's it called?
What's it
called?
called?
Skip to like the half.
The Heart Part 6.
Heart Part 6, which I think was a nice name because now Kendrick can't really use that.
Pulitzer Prize winner is definitely spiraling. I got your fucking lines.
Great bar.
I swear that I'm dialed in. First I was a rat, so where's the proof of the trial then? Where's the paperwork of the cabinet is filed in? 1090 Jake would've took all the walls down. The streets would've had me hiding out in a small town. My Montreal connects stand up, not fall down. The ones that you get in your stories from, they all clowns. I am a war general, seasoned in preparation. My jack thought about giving a fake name or a destination expiration. Even the pit bones we dug up in that excavator. Heart emojis underneath pics of the child. On some disdirect shit.
What are we doing?
You rather fucking
trying to find the part of the song.
Direct shit. My mom came over molested. Oh, fuck me. I just made the whole connection.
Also, he kind of dropped the ball on this whole molested thing too.
I don't think. I think it was just like, hey, there's a thing about you saying you wasn't molested, but I really think you was.
Sure, but that's not how he phrased it though. Like you were molested. But
I think he's like, yeah, just using that.
This is trauma from your own.
Wish I could just pull up the lyrics. Guess we could, huh?
Protection so neglected. That's why these pedophile really got me second guessing. Touch my body by my right respected. If I
the Heart Part 6.
So is that the part you was talking about?
I was fucking young girls, I promise I've been arrested. I'm way too famous for the shit you just suggested, but that's not the lesson. Clearly there's a deep.
Also, I gotta just point this out. This is why I think that this was not the greatest. Drake was rapping on this, don't get me wrong. But to say that I'm too famous to be a pedophile is wild.
Everybody's stuck on that.
But he said it.
Everybody's stuck on that.
But that's like a known thing that famous people get away with stuff. Oh, if I was a pedophile, I'd already be arrested. No, you wouldn't, motherfucker. It took however many years to arrest Epstein.
A lot of them niggas was arrested though.
Just Epstein.
And tried
that was it.
And
the message. Deep culture, how to ease the sentiment. The shit's easy does it. You mentioned an A minor, but niggas got.
Also, the A minor bar was a bar from Kendrick because he actually sang it in A minor. Anybody that knows music.
Well, I heard that the beat wasn't in A minor.
What was he trying to say? What line are we looking for?
He said something about beef. Let's see here. Let's see.
I don't know.
But he said something about I don't even want to beef with you no more. And then he also said, obviously, the whole track of I know you'll drop 100 more songs, but I'm done with this. Also thought it was crazy to mention Millie Bobby Brown as well.
That meant.
I mean, that's what everybody. He goes, I give a fuck about your streaming data. You could drop 100 more records. I'll see you later. Yeah, maybe when you meet your maker. Like, I understand what you're saying, but
that's exactly what it means.
I'll see you later. You can drop 100 more records. I'll see you later.
Because, okay, and in the song before that, I think it was Push Ups, or it might have been a song after that, when he was talking about how he's got so many more streams than him and he won't be able to catch them. That was on Push Ups.
I get that, but when you say
he's
saying you're I know that you're gonna keep dropping music. You can do that. I'll see you later. I'm not dropping no more music
because you're not gonna catch me.
That's fine, but it's also hinting towards I'm not gonna drop any more music.
It's literally not.
You definitely got this shit burnt the fuck out though. Like you got 10 more records to drop. That's the 10 more record part I think you're talking about, right?
Are you reading push-ups or?
No, he's reading the last part when he's talking.
Yeah.
On the Heart Part 6 when he's talking.
He said the one before the last one, we finessed you into telling the story that doesn't even exist.
Which also, there's still a lot of rumblings about that because the kid's mom is feeding into it.
They really trying
and the
to prove
kids.
that.
A lot of Kendrick's people are like, nah, bro, that's his kid. Well, who knows? I wish I could find it, man. Fans rejoicing, Maybach glove, blah, 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 blah. Bones dug free. I said, watch Fallen Day free.
I did like how on Drake's, though, right at the beginning, because right at the beginning of, was that Family Matters?
Mm-hmm.
When he dropped the N-word. Right after
Oh, yeah, that was great.
I don't know if I called you. I might have called one of my friends, but
that was great.
I said, man, whatever song he come out with, he got to drop the hardest N-word I've ever heard in my life.
But what I mean by defensive though is that all he's doing is defending himself rather than just because Kendrick ain't defending himself. Yeah, you can call me a white beater if you want. I'm not gonna acknowledge that. I'm trying to murder you with this pen.
Okay, so that's the thing. But you want Drake to?
I didn't care for Drake to respond to that.
No. Everybody wanted Drake to say something about these allegations.
I think you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. But I think the way that he went about it. Like, bro, like you.
What's a good way? What's a good way to say I'm not a pedophile?
But I'm just saying the fact that Drake said this whole Epstein thing, I should have saw it coming with the TikTok. Like, bro, you're hinting at like I knew you were gonna call me a pedophile. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, because he said that in Taylor Made.
So it's like, why are you?
He said that in Taylor Made as Tupac.
You're alluding to the fact that I know you're gonna call me a pedophile, which again is suspect.
He knew what he was gonna say because he don't have anything.
Here's my thing now.
He thought he had something about a daughter, and I clearly didn't.
But how do we know? We don't know what either side is true. We'll just play that right now.
The daughter thing is not true.
We do not know that, and we don't know if Kendrick for sure beats his wife. We don't know that.
This man came out and said
it doesn't matter because he was defending
it. If you can find my daughter,
he was defending it prior to saying we gave you all this false information. He was defending it, and he was saying all this stuff. He started posting pictures of his kid, like so. We don't know. You can feed into it however you want.
What are you talking about? Who's defending what?
Drake was literally he was defending it before this song came out, being like, "Oh, I ain't got no kid." That's like. And then it turned into, we gave you false information. Like, I don't know, brother. I don't know. Because that little girl was in a video with Dirk like 2 years ago.
Right. And this is something like a fan theory or whatever.
But I mean, this Epstein angle was the shit I expected. No, why would you expect that? Why would you?
Because that's the only thing. What the internet has been pushing this whole time.
I don't care. I'm not putting that on wax. I'm not putting that on wax.
That's the whole thing. And he said that in the Taylor Made thing.
That's fine, but I'm not putting that on wax.
Kendrick Lamar used everything that Drake said he was going to use. That's literally what.
But he said it afterwards.
What?
He said it. He said some of that stuff he said afterwards.
And he didn't know. The whole I think what people don't realize is that Kendrick, he led into the pedophile stuff. That wasn't on the first song. Like on Euphoria, he didn't really hint towards that. He hinted towards the fact that
he tried to play this whole black thing, which I don't understand.
I understand it.
I don't.
I do.
I don't.
I think from a perspective of somebody like Kendrick, Drake kind of is to some a culture vulture.
How?
He's not all right, like Kendrick said, you got to go to Atlanta to get your street cred. You got to surround yourself with these people to get your street cred. And Drake is known to take styles. Drake is known to speak in patois when he goes on certain tours in front of white. Like he does that a lot. And that's why he said you're more Tommy Hilfiger. You ain't never been a FUBU because you fit in more with that crowd of people.
Did you notice he was wearing FUBU in the
Yeah, I saw that. So, I mean, I understand the perspective of him. He's saying, like, you're not really from the culture. And Drake isn't. But he puts on this image as if he's not
culture?
from the, like,
what culture?
The black culture. Drake grew up in Toronto with a white mom. He was on Degrassi. He was an art. He's been his whole life.
Stop.
But he's not from the culture.
Stop.
And he's not for the people.
What is, I mean, you can't say he's not for the culture and this guy's for the culture.
No, I didn't say that.
Who the fuck made Kendrick Lamar the president of black culture?
I said he's not from the culture. And that's where Kendrick was coming from. You are not from the culture.
He has a black dad. A black dad who was a musician.
That's great.
And he
wasn't involved in his life. You went to Memphis a few times,
but he spent time with his black dad growing up.
That's fine.
So I don't understand.
Just because you got a black parent doesn't make you a part of the culture.
It's not just a black parent. It's not. That's not what I'm saying.
Kendrick also
what's up?
Wishes that Drake's dad wore a condom. Like when he
100%.
said that, speaking to Drake's kid,
that's what I'm saying.
Like that.
I wish your granddaddy made
we fight.
Exactly.
Like if you make a song talking to my son about me, then we fight. We just got to fight. I'm sorry. We just got to fight. It's over.
But yeah, no, the whole
That was just
that
disrespect.
is the entire angle, and it's like, bro, look at Drake before he became who he was. So when he first dropped,
Look at anybody
his
before
first-
they came who they was. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about, bro. But you're
Are you talking about money?
You're misinterpreting the culture of what Drake represents now is not what he grew up on. He's not truly
What does
a
he
part
represent?
of that. He's not. Bro, look,
What do you mean? What does he
I be in
represent?
Atlanta. But you sound like a fan, bro. You're not looking at the front.
No, I
be in Atlanta with these niggas, man. I got some hitters with me. You know what I'm saying? All these guys are shooters, blah, blah, blah. But you're not from that, bro. You're from Toronto.
So are you saying that
You're
don't
from
be in
Toronto.
Atlanta with shooters?
No, but he tries to surround himself with that. That's what
What do
Kendrick
you
is
stop?
saying.
Stop saying he's trying to surround
But
himself
he
with
is.
that.
You're
Is
not
he-
from that.
Bro,
how would y'all feel? How would y'all feel if I showed up to a family function, bro? Now suddenly I'm gangbanging. Did I grow up in that?
No, but are you that?
It doesn't matter.
And Drake's not gangbanging.
I'm not.
He's not.
But
He said nothing about Bloods or Crips that he was part of. Or
His
anything.
music represents that when he tries to put on. That's why he said you try and get a cosign from Atlanta. You try and get a cosign from
Bro, that's
Future.
not.
But it is. You're refusing to accept that.
No, here's the thing.
You're refusing
Here's the
to
thing
accept
you're
that.
refusing to accept is that all these motherfuckers did songs with him.
That-
All these motherfuckers got to
That
come up from
doesn't-
Drake.
That doesn't matter, Gary.
That doesn't matter.
That has nothing
That
to do with
doesn't
what I'm
matter.
talking about.
Okay.
That has nothing to do with what I'm
Listen.
talking about. No, but
Listen.
you're missing the point. You are missing. No. Look, you gotta listen, bro.
Go ahead.
You're deliberately.
Go ahead.
You're deliberately missing the point.
I'm not deliberately
You
missing
are,
the
because
point.
you're trying to say because guys got records with Drake. What is that? That gives them street cred or something?
No, this is what I'm saying.
Who cares about the records y'all have together, bro?
No,
You're not
that's
from
everything. That is the work. That is the work.
Gary.
Dominique, listen to me.
I can go meet Barack Obama or Trump tomorrow. That doesn't make me a politician, bro.
Dominique,
does that make me a politician?
If I know or suspect you're a sexual predator, I'm not going to work with you.
We're not talking about that. You're changing the subject,
Dominique,
brother.
Dominique, you're not part of the culture, so why the fuck would I work with you? And then 5 years later say, oh, fuck you, you ain't part of the culture. Oh, I'm part of the culture when you was fucking working with me, though.
Nope.
So what do you mean?
Drake's never been a part of that culture. What?
But they work with him.
Why does that matter, Gary?
You just said, he literally said, fuck him, he's not part of the culture.
That's what he's saying.
But he fucking worked with him.
So what? What
Oh my God.
But what? Everybody
makes no fucking sense.
How doesn't that make sense? So artists can't work together because they're not from the same subset of culture?
So why you talking shit?
Because of how you present yourself.
Then don't fucking work with me. What the fuck?
Are they working together?
Oh my God.
Are they working together?
What?
They're not working together, are they?
They're not working together now.
Did he reach out for
They're
first
not working together now, though. But when he was coming up, they were so working with him.
Who cares?
Future was working with him. Weeknd was working with him. Rick Ross working with him. Every fucking song Rick Ross got on the charts came from Drake.
No, it didn't. You sound like
it did.
It did not. And
Come on, man.
It did not.
Come on, man. All these niggas can't do concerts without playing Drake's songs.
No, they can't, bro. Ross was big before Drake even
bro.
got on the scene.
But
What are you talking about?
all his fucking hits, all his top 10
Bro,
songs
they're not.
are from Drake.
They're not.
Go through it. Pull it up.
Pull up Drake's. We can pull up his discography.
Pull up Rick Ross's catalog.
Y'all getting
Pull up Rick Ross's catalog. I want to hear.
You're coming from a fan perspective.
I'm not coming from a fan
You
perspective,
are.
bro.
You are.
First of all, y'all was when y'all was talking about picking sides.
Nobody's
I'm not
picking a
sitting here talking about picking
It's
sides.
a beef.
I'm
You
like,
gotta pick
dude,
a fucking side in the beef.
No,
What do
you
you mean?
don't. No,
it's like
you
a fucking
don't.
basketball game, motherfucker.
No,
Either
you
you won or you
don't.
lost. What are you talking about?
Bro, you don't have to. Bro, you
It's a fucking battle. There's a fucking winner and a loser. What do you mean?
You just said you are a fan of Drake and Kendrick.
Yes, but there's still a winner of the battle.
So why are you picking sides? What the fuck? That doesn't make any
I'm
sense.
picking a winner.
Okay, that's not the same as picking sides. That's not the same as picking sides.
Gary, you're fucking
By picking a
nitpicking this
winner?
point. You're arguing semantics, bro.
I'm not.
Yes, you are. You're
Bro, you just said I'm arguing as a fan. I'm like, I'm not even picking sides.
okay.
What do you mean?
No, you're arguing as a fan because your entire argument is that where would these guys be without Drake? Where would these guys
No,
be
that's
without
not
Drake?
my entire argument.
Rick Ross,
That's not my-
his best songs got Drake on. He can't
That's
do a
not-
concert. That's what you said.
You just said he's not for the culture.
Gary, you're misinterpreting what the culture actually is. Drake does not represent the culture that he assimilates himself with. He surrounds himself with this culture. Drake is not from that culture, and Drake doesn't benefit or support that culture, is what Kendrick is saying. You don't support niggas. Just because you do songs with them, bro, you're not in the streets with these people. You're not marching with these people. You are a plant, bro. You come in, you get what you need, and you move, bro. That's what Drake does.
That's not-
Drake surrounds himself. Bro, yeah, look at
You guys-
what
you're
everybody.
exaggerating.
I'm not, bro. I'm not. Everybody that Drake surrounds himself with from a musical standpoint, when you get hot, the boy gonna hop on this because, the boy will help you out. No, it's a win-win on both ways. Drake did take A$AP Rocky on tour because A$AP was popping at the time. It makes sense for both parties. I'm popping, you're popping. Let me bring you on tour. But just because we work together, bro, people work together all the time. That doesn't mean that you have to like each other.
Where's the problem here?
It's all right. These are literally Billboard Hot 100s. All I do is win. Drake's not on that. I'm on one. That's a DJ Khaled song.
The other one's DJ Khaled song.
Yeah, but that's not a Drake song.
They're all DJ Khaled songs.
This Drake feature, New Flame with Chris Brown, Pop That with Lil Wayne, Rick Ross, French Montana. I mean, there's two songs with Drake on it. There's 2 songs with Drake on it.
Where they at? Let me see.
And they're DJ Khaled songs.
0 #1 hits.
But what's that got? What does it have to do with anything? These are Billboard. There's top
3 top 10 hits. So where's this top 10?
That's a DJ Khaled song.
Drake?
And that
Where's
was
the other top 10?
and that was
There's Drake on the fucking song. Where's that go?
But you making it seem like Drake is the reason why his discography is good, bro.
Top 10?
But what argument are you trying to make? That you made it sound like he can't do show.
What I'm saying is all of his top songs had Drake on. That's literally what I said.
No, they don't though.
You just
One top 10 song has Drake on it. 2 of them.
2. Okay, where's the other top 10?
I don't know. I'm just looking
because
at this,
he only got 3 top 10s. He only got 3 top 10s.
Gary, Rick Ross was around prior to Drake.
I'm not saying he's not.
You're making it seem like his top songs. He's only got top songs.
I'm not making it seem like anything. What I said was all his top songs had Drake on them. That's all I said. That is it. That's it.
A Billboard song to me is a top song, number 1.
Oh my god.
Do you know what Billboard is?
I know what Billboard is. So I know what Billboard is.
If you get a song on Billboard,
but that ain't what the fuck I said. They got 100, they have 200, and they have 300 songs.
So to have a top 100 song in the world, that is
great.
Okay,
that is absolutely great.
That's not a Drake thing. That's not because of Drake.
The man has 3 top 10 songs. Where's
Gary,
the third song? You're
arguing semantics. I don't care about Rick Ross. That's the thing with a lot of you Drake fans.
That's fine.
You keep bringing up all these other artists. I'm talking about Kendrick Lamar and what Drake talked about. And this whole episode ain't about them.
Right.
But again, you're missing the point of the culture. And maybe you got to go back and listen to the music because your whole idea is that, man, I can't be a part. I'm not a part of the culture. Why would I work with you, bro? They did a song together 10 years ago. Like they haven't been doing anything with each other forever.
Okay, so 10 years ago was Drake part of the culture, and he's just not part of the culture now.
He's never been a part of the culture. That's what he's saying.
Okay, so why is it a problem now?
Who said he's putting it on wax, bro? You gotta ask Kendrick Lamar that. Like I don't care.
What's the beef?
I don't care if he's a part of it or not. I'm letting you know that's what Kendrick is saying, and your whole argument is that if he's not a part of the culture, why they got songs together? That doesn't make any sense. That makes no real sense.
His beef with him is that he's not part of the culture. That's what you were saying.
And I think that's part of it.
Okay, so at one point in time, he must have been part of the culture.
No, Gary, that's not how the music industry works. Number one, that's not how the music industry works.
Here's the thing.
That's not how the music industry works.
Will Kendrick Lamar ever work with Drake again? Will Kendrick Lamar ever work with Drake again?
I highly doubt it.
Because his beef with him is that he's not part of the culture?
No, I think it's much more complex than that, but that's one of the things. You mentioned
I'm pretty sure it's probably a lot more than that.
You mentioned this pedophile angle, and I'm saying, he mentioned the pedophile angle. He mentioned that you're a shitty father. He also mentioned that you pretend to be from a culture in which you're not, and you culture vulture. And Drake does that, bro. And Drake culture vultures. As that's me speaking objectively. If you go look at Drake's style, you go look at everything he does, he culture vultures. That's what he does.
We are so quick to call somebody culture vultures,
but we're not quick to do it, bro. I love Drake.
We are quick to do it, bro.
I'm a big Drake fan, but if you go
whenever
style,
we want to cancel somebody, we say, "Oh, he's fucking culture vulture."
I'm not canceling him. I'm saying he lost the battle. That's all I said. It was he lost the battle.
And that's fine.
All right, we're moving on.
He lost the battle.
Hey, we can have a whole separate show.
Are moving on.
Drake lost. That's what the streets are saying.
Hey, we're moving on.
No, but I'm putting on. Drake.
We are moving on.
Aubrey Graham lost the battle. This man was talking to your
Shannon
mom
Sharpe
and your dad and your
Shaq
child.
Have beef.
That's embarrassing.
He was also talking to a fake child, but
Shannon Sharpe.
He talked to Adonis, and we don't know if it's fake.
So.
Have beef.
Yes, they have beef too.
And I'm just now learning.
They don't have
about
beef.
This beef.
Shaq has beef.
Shaq has beef.
Shannon Sharpe has no beef.
Why did he say that on his podcast?
Yeah, like this is a.
I have no clue what this is about.
This is Shaq having an ego. Shaq is egotistical. Everybody knows that.
Oh, he's putting that on wax too,
bro. But it's the truth. What does Shaq do when he talks about every single big man ever?
Oh, they ain't better than me.
They not better than me. I'm the best big man ever. I'm the best this. I'm the best that. I'm the best this. And all Shannon Sharpe said was,
"Isn't that what LeBron do too, though?" with just everybody else.
I've never seen LeBron say that.
That he's the greatest of all time.
When we're mentioning other players, have you ever heard LeBron say, "I'm better than that guy, that guy, that guy, that guy"?
Well, when you say you're the greatest of all time,
and I don't know if he's ever called himself the greatest.
Oh
of
yeah,
all
he
time.
has multiple times.
Yes,
he has multiple times.
But that's
something Kobe never done. Some MJ never done.
No, I don't pull it up. I don't know if he's ever said that.
Yeah.
But
100%. I promise.
that's fine. Calling yourself the GOAT is much different from when you're talking about other players and saying these guys are bums, these guys are this. When I was playing, I was this. That's what Shaq does.
Well,
LeBron doesn't do that. But let's clear there though. LeBron doesn't do that.
Okay, but on the flip side, he is a sports analyst now.
Sure,
So
you can talk sports without saying that I'm better than all these guys. And Shaq is known for not respecting a big man. He don't respect Rudy Gobert.
Well, he does respect Jokic though.
Yeah, that's it.
He does respect
because he's going to surpass him probably. Like he probably is. But let's get to the beef though. The beef was that Shannon Sharpe said something, and you can pull up the video, but says something along the lines of Shaq isn't the GOAT because of X, Y, and Z, which I can agree that Shaq ain't the GOAT. And what Shannon said was that you've been on record saying that I didn't put all the effort into things. I didn't work as hard as I needed to. Right. I didn't take care of my body. And I was lazy. I was this. So he's saying that you can't be the GOAT if you didn't even put enough. And granted, you were. And Shannon Sharpe even said, if you want to compare careers, I'm not in the same conversation as you. You want to compare money, not in the same conversation. Accolades, not the same conversation. But Shannon Sharpe said, I used my God-given ability and I gave it 100%. No one could ever say that I didn't show up. That's what Shannon was saying about himself.
Gotcha.
And I think Shaq took it the wrong way, but it's like, bro, you have admitted that you didn't work hard and you just were great. So imagine if you would have worked hard, people probably would say that you were the GOAT. But after you left LA and you got that one ring in Miami, brother, you kind of hopped around and you weren't like the household name and
But that was kind of the biggest.
He's also old at the moment.
But that was
Like,
part of the fallout.
That
was part of the fallout between the two, is that Kobe was on his ass about working out, and and he would show up. He
cared about the limelight.
He would show up overweight and out of shape.
If you even look at Shaq in his life now, you can tell that just from the words that he says that he's got some sort of regret because he lives his life a little differently now. Mm-hmm. He likes to give back. He likes to show up. He likes to do this. Instead, he always talks about how he fumbled the bag with his wife. He did this. He did that. Mm-hmm. I think he was just he cared. I mean, he was in the spotlight, man. He was Shaq. Shaquille O'Neal in fucking movies and shit. Got his own shoe deal. I mean,
yeah.
Okay, here we go.
All right, Brandon got a new laptop, so we'll see if he knows what he's doing.
Oh, already playing. Ain't even hooked up yet.
This is somebody like...
Yeah, let's find the actual Shannon Sharpe.
I don't know what the actual Shannon Sharpe video is.
Hey, we spend a lot of time on beef.
Hey, guys, it's your favorite Dunk here. Go ahead and click that subscribe. Mm-hmm. But what I will say,
all right, here we go.
About 10 minutes ago.
This is what he said.
Shaq in the chat?
No, he on IG. I've never professed. I've never professed that I was as great as Shaq. Mm-hmm. But what I will say,
yes, sir,
I got what I got because I worked my ass off. Now, yes, Shaq has been the one that said that he didn't work as hard, he didn't train as hard, he didn't eat as well as he should have.
Right.
Shaq is the one that anytime someone wins an MVP, he talks about how he should have been the MVP over Steve Nash. Now, you guys have heard me speak glowingly. I say Travis Kelce is better tight end than I was. So was Gronk. So was my guy, what's his name? It was for the Chargers. Antonio Gates, Gonzo, Big Winslow. I'm cool. I got no problem. You know why I got no problem, Ocho, with giving people credit?
Right.
Because I got everything out of my God-given ability. God gave me the ability to do what I could do. But he gave me discipline. He gave me dedication, the way I trained, the way I ate, the way I slept. So this was all I could get.
Right.
Now, I would have felt some type of way if I'd have got these numbers and I half-assed it. But I never half-assed it. Mm-hmm. Kobe said Shaq should have won and they should have won.
Right.
But my thing is that you can't, and it's the greatest characters. It's Shaq, I'm the greatest character. No, am I a top 100 player? No. Am I the equivalent as a football player?
I think Shannon Sharpe could be a top 100 player.
No.
Multiple championships.
But what I did do is that I maximized that.
So that's kind of the gist of, like, he's responding saying, like, I'm not talking, you talk bad about yourself. So that is why.
So what did he say the first time that made Shaq, go off?
That I'm not quite sure. I mean, enough to where he made a whole diss track,
Track.
Yeah, Shaq
Yes.
made a song by
Hey,
this track.
wait, whoa,
Shannon Sharpe.
hold
So
on.
here's
Bro, I
what
told you
Never
this is
gonna
the
have
year of the
another
beef,
guy,
bro.
Shaq's side with his athleticism.
Yeah.
That was as dominant as him. Shaq should have 5 MVP. He sees a guy like Nikola Jokic that's not as dominant as him and gets 3 and 4 years. But see, when you historically great, they talk about you as great basketball player, the GOAT, and Shaq is never brought up. And I think a part of him is envious of that.
When we talk about the greatest basketball players of all time as far as the GOAT conversation, Shaq's name is never brought up in that?
Yeah. It's hard for me to put somebody in the GOAT conversation with 1 MVP. Regular season. It's hard, Gil. So we're going to take somebody with 1 regular season MVP and put him in front of people that got 3, that got 4, that got 5. If Shaq would.
So I think that was it.
Okay.
I believe. Which
Okay.
He also has 2
That's-
scoring titles too.
I mean, but
It's not like.
but it's a general consensus that nobody has Shaq in the top 5. I think he's in top 10 potentially, greatest of all time. But I've never in the top 5 ever considered Shaq in the top 5. Top 3 is
check this
definitely
out.
not
Check
happening.
this out. I don't know if you know this.
I'm listening. I'll
You
know
know
it
this
now.
about our dad? You know our dad. I want to put it on for everybody listening. Our dad is a basketball guy before any of us.
Well, he's older
Really?
than us.
And he's older. But yeah. But he says, and he will fight tooth and nail about it. Will he not, Gary? Gary knows what I'm about to say. He will not put Shaq in the top 10 or top 5 centers of all time.
I mean, that's fair.
I don't think
He's watched a lot of. Who's he got in his top 5?
I think that's crazy.
It's
Hakeem,
it's
Kareem.
If Bill Russell's in there, you throw the whole list away. I'll tell you
it's
that.
Wilt, Hakeem,
Kareem.
who is it? I believe it is Bill Russell.
Throw it all away.
And you I don't know what your deal
Throw it
is
all
against
away.
Bill Russell. Remember the very first show we had?
This wasn't his
First social media clip we had.
It's not my deal. Go watch his tape.
It's pretty good.
No, it's not.
He's dominating.
Yeah, I've watched it.
He looked like Draymond Green out there.
And you called him an MVP. So
I was jokingly.
I don't know. I
This
forgot
guy
who else
was
is on
not.
there. I forgot who else is on there.
This guy was not it.
But I respect what Shannon Sharpe is saying right there. That's a fair assessment of why a lot of people don't call you the GOAT. You got 1 MVP. Should you have more? Maybe, but like I said, maybe if people are watching and you're openly admitting that you don't show up and you just kind of show up and play.
He played in. You gotta understand. There's in the LeBron era, there was pretty much just LeBron, right?
No,
Right?
no,
Absolutely
let's
not.
be honest.
No.
Let's be honest.
Are we
absolutely
speaking
not.
objectively here?
Yes.
No. Kobe was in the league.
No.
mean-
Kobe was in. I'm talking about after LeBron.
No. See, here's the
after-
problem, Brandon.
No, look.
LeBron doesn't have an error. That's the thing. When is LeBron's error?
I think once he won that first championship in Miami, that started the LeBron era. And then Kobe was on his way out after that.
So his era
little bit
is
after that.
3 years.
Well, I think
No,
I think for a good 10-year run, regardless of him winning or not,
I think
Kobe didn't go on a 10-year stretch, but Kobe had an era,
Well, yeah, Kobe had an era where he was definitively the best player in the league.
and so did LeBron for 10 straight
But
seasons.
what I mean is, so what about everybody else's era?
Who's had an era though outside of that?
Who are you talking about?
Steph's got to have an era, right?
No.
Not really.
Yeah,
Why not?
Well, I guess you can call it.
Why can't Steph have an era?
I guess he could.
Steph got 4 championships, but he doesn't have an era.
I don't think
I don't
anybody
think-
would ever say
I
that
don't think
Steph
so.
has an era.
Well, he's beat LeBron multiple times. He doesn't have an era.
And he's
That
beat
is true.
LeBron multiple times, and 2 of those times he didn't even win MVP.
Okay,
But
but
nobody-
you saying he doesn't have an era?
I don't. I would.
He's-
Sure,
he's-
you can give him a 3-year run. if
He's
you want.
won
listen,
regular
listen.
season MVP.
Listen,
I don't.
I'm
Unanimous.
talking about.
Do you think that there was ever a time in the league, objectively speaking, not even rings? We're just talking about pure black basketball talent. That Steph Curry was a better basketball player than LeBron James.
A better basketball player?
A better basketball player than LeBron James.
No, I wouldn't say.
Okay, then.
No, I
That
wouldn't
is
say he was
why
a better
Steph Curry
basketball
doesn't have an
player.
error because at
But
every
Steph
given
Curry
moment-
definitely has an error.
I think he
Steph
had-
Curry changed the game.
Steph Curry had a
Steph
moment.
Curry was
But
the
nobody,
face of the league.
nobody-
A lot of guys
What do you
have
mean he
changed
doesn't
the
have an error?
nobody is putting Steph Curry as the greatest basketball player of all time. Like that's what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about in the eras of the
You
greatest
said
basketball
era.
player, and I'm telling you in the eras of the greatest basketball players of all
Okay.
time. Every single one of them, they've come off the heels of another basketball player, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's kind of what we're seeing right now with
Joker.
Oh, Anthony.
Anthony Edwards.
yeah.
Like that's kind of what we're seeing right now, right on the heels of another great basketball player.
I think if Anthony
Yeah,
Edwards wins, he's got. I mean, I think he's the guy that could take the torch. Hopefully,
Yeah.
I like. LeBron.
I think Kobe's is kind of weird because the timing with Kobe and LeBron, they did play a lot of years together at the same time. So
yeah, but I would say
that was a little.
I would say the Kobe era was definitely from 2000 to 2005 at the very least. At the very least.
Oh, I say it was longer than that.
I'm saying at the very least. Like
Yeah.
I would say, like there was definitively it was Kobe, and that's why you had all those Sprite.
At the end of the 2000s, he went to three more championships.
You had all those Sprite commercials, and that's when they kind of started getting paired together as, you know, they were the dominant forces of the league. And LeBron was still only, 23, 22, you know? Like he was 20. I think he was only like 25 when he won his first ring. I didn't even realize that. It shows you how long this man's been in the league.
Right.
Like he was 25 when he went to Miami. I thought he already been in the league for like 10 years. I guess he had been in for 7 years.
He was 18. Yeah.
So
No,
what are we talking about? Shaq?
I just think
What's beef?
I just think. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that.
I
said something
personally,
about some errors.
I personally think that Shaq was a little sensitive and he was in the wrong because out of all the sports analysts out there, or even I don't know if I can call Shannon Sharpe the analyst. He's on Fox or he's on First Take.
Bro,
I would say that Shannon Sharpe is probably to a fault. He's a big LeBron guy.
Right.
So outside of that, I would say that Shannon Sharpe is probably one of the more objective analysts out there. Like he doesn't like necessarily pick a side. I feel like when he gives things.
I think sometimes we need to take a step back.
You don't think he's objective?
And realize, no, listen, here's the thing. Realize how mad you got to be to sit your ass down, grab pen and paper, and write rhymes about somebody, and then go to the studio, step in the booth, and spit those rhymes about somebody, record it, edit it.
At 52 years old.
Bro, you got to be mad.
He's 52.
You got to be really mad.
Ooh, Shaq.
That's it.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that.
That one right
don't
there
you
made
playing?
me the
I don't want to hear that
greatest
shit.
player of all time.
It's not good.
I was super, super ecstatic to win one for Cleveland because
Oh,
of the
you're talking about
52-year
LeBron,
drought. Like, I was ecstatic. Like, obviously, I showed that the first wave of emotion was y'all, everyone saw me crying. Like, that was
What are we listening to?
all for 52 years. Everything in sports was going on in Cleveland. And then after I stopped, I was like, that one right there made you the greatest player of all time.
Yeah. Okay. I'm talking about him talking about other players in the respect that Shaq does. He doesn't do that.
What are you talking about? He doesn't have a microphone in front of his face all the time. Like,
But I'm
Shaq
just saying,
does.
there's never been a moment when LeBron has. I think there might be one guy, if that he said. I don't think he even said. I think he laughed when then Clay said something about them in Game 3 or whatever. But LeBron's never definitively been like, that guy's a bum or that I'm better. That's what I'm talking about when it comes to Shaq.
Shaq is that's what I'm saying. Like, he's not.
But you don't have to call somebody a bum as an analyst.
He'll probably do it now.
That.
With
But
him
Shaq is also an ex-player.
But here's the thing. When you retire, you're going to be calling niggas bums. That's just what it is.
If
Charles Barkley does it.
If it's rightfully so.
They all do it.
But I'm saying you can't compare the two for what Shaq does. I mean, Shaq shits his own co-hosts all the time.
He is.
Yeah,
Shaq is
But it's a
shitting
fun.
on other big men. That's one section.
Sure, he made a diss. He made a diss because somebody said he wasn't a
Shaq
goat.
is saying, "I am better than that big man. I am better than this big man."
Bro, do you know how much hate you gotta have to make a diss? That's what I'm saying, bro.
LeBron is saying, "I am better than anybody who has picked up a basketball ever."
Which I would say a huge majority of the world agrees with that.
And these are multi-millionaires, bro.
Not a huge majority.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying?
Some people.
These are multi-millionaires if taking time out of their day
for sure
to put hate on paper.
It's crazy.
And find the right beat to deliver that hate.
I think it's petty.
You gotta really hate somebody to do that.
I mean, yeah. If there's one thing we learned, no matter what we want to argue about when it comes to Kendrick and Drake, if it's one thing we learned about this beef, Kendrick don't like that man. He don't fucking like that man.
They don't like each other.
He don't like that man.
They don't like each other.
Let's get into
real quick.
we're on short time here. I know you boys gotta go.
Just real quick. I gotta get going. But I do want to talk about. We didn't really talk about the whole 30 NBA players going over.
Oh yeah. So anybody that again doesn't pay attention to sports, Austin Rivers, who is now an analyst, which somebody was like, "You're in a suit," as if he didn't have a good career. I mean, he played for over a decade, was elite in college, elite in high school. But anyways, Austin Rivers said that he could pull 30 guys out of the NBA and put them in the NFL in comparison to taking 30 guys from the NFL and put them in the NBA. We can make this a quick round table. I slightly agree with him. I don't agree with the 30 number at all. I don't think there's 30 guys in the league right now, but I definitely think that there are more players in the NBA that could have or would transition to the NFL than vice versa. Because my argument from that, in the great words of the Jason Kelsey, he said, if guys in the NFL could play in the NBA, they would play in the NBA. There's a reason why they don't. Money's better, guaranteed contracts, less injuries. So that's just my take on it. And you see a lot of guys transition from the NBA, or maybe not the NBA, but from college, they go to the league. Tony Gonzalez, Antonio Gates, the fucking kid out of, who's the kid that was in the Final Four, big man? He played for, what's the school he played for? Big black kid.
That's because they want to play football.
No, they weren't going to go to the NBA. You think Tony Gonzalez was going to go to the NBA?
Do I think Tony Gonzalez was going to go to the NBA?
I don't even think he did. Did Tony play football in college? I don't think he played football in college.
Yeah, he did.
Did he?
He played at Cal State.
Yeah. He played at Cal State. I don't know if he played.
Well, I would venture to say it's the other way around. I've seen enough tape. That's the thing. I don't see. You don't see NBA players playing football, but you do see NFL players playing basketball.
Yeah, but we see a lot of people playing pickup basketball. I don't think.
Right. I agree. I agree. But what I'm saying is the ability is there.
Yeah.
I'm not saying an NBA player can't. Right. Athletic ability. I'm not saying an NBA player can't go out and run routes and stuff, but can they get through training camp? Can they?
Yeah, for sure.
Get through a game? Can they be effective in the game? I don't know.
I will say that there are more players in the NFL that played the collegiate level of basketball than there are of guys probably in the NBA that played football, I would say. But I think that guys transition better from one sport to the other than vice versa, though.
I think guys transition better to basketball.
I don't.
I think basketball. I've seen enough Jalen Ramseys, and I've seen enough.
Yeah, but you're seeing them.
These guys.
Bro, everybody can dunk a basketball when you're athletic.
Jalen
That's
Ramsey.
not.
Speak for yourself.
That's not.
Jalen
That's
Ramsey.
not.
To the basketball side's point though, Jalen Ramsey is playing against.
He's playing a pickup game.
Pickup games against.
Well, no,
high school.
but what we're alluding to is his ability, because we don't know either way. But we don't know.
I think we do. I think that there are more guys that would. I think there's more guys right now playing collegiate basketball that could get drafted by both sports than guys that are playing collegiate football that could get drafted by both sports.
I've like I said, the tape. I've not seen NBA players
I understand the tape
catch a 10-yard post,
but there's a reason
I have
why
seen
NFL
players do 360 dunks.
But you hear NFL scouts all the time watching collegiate basketball players. You never hear it the other way around. Like, even if there's tape out there of these guys playing pickup game, most football players are not good basketball players. Jalen Ramsey and what's his face in Cleveland can dunk a basketball.
We'll wrap it up after this.
No, we're not. We got a couple more things we got to get to. I know you got to go, but we'll make it quick.
I got to go.
You got 3 minutes.
I will wrap it up and just say this. None of them, basketball or football, can pick up a baseball. All right, let's go.
I would venture to say that more. There's a lot of guys in the NFL that were drafted to play baseball.
What are you talking about? You're drafted off athletic ability. That's it.
Drafted because they could play, though.
Not gonna
I would say I would agree with that.
Speaking of baseball, Monte Harris, Kansas City kid, played 10 years of professional baseball, is hanging it up, and he's going to go play football at Arkansas. Was a 4-star recruit out of high school.
That's good.
But how great. Things. Tom Brady roast. You want to talk about that?
Okay, we got.
Look, you're going to be just it's not 1 o'clock yet. You said you had.
It was a great show. I think the Nikki Glaser
was killing it.
I think she was probably the best one. Yeah. And the dude who's also, I don't know these comedians that well. The guy, he kind of
came out of the stands.
Yeah, he came out of the stands.
He cooked.
He was probably one of the best ones too.
That was sitting next to Dana White.
Yeah.
He's got a whole show in Austin, Texas, where he like brings comedians up. I'll be honest, I thought Tom Brady's jokes were kind of trash. I didn't think they were as good as they could have been, especially having all that time.
Kansas City?
No, not even Kansas City. I just didn't. They and maybe it's because he was getting hit the whole time. But I love that everybody got it. Gronk got it pretty hard.
Yeah,
honestly, Julian got it pretty hard. Gronk got it pretty hard.
Bill Belichick
got it hard.
Kevin Hart.
And honestly, I feel 50-50 on him as a host. Like I like him, but there was some parts where I was like, man, you kind of doing too much. Like you're doing a little too much.
Personally, I mean, I'm a Kevin Hart fan first and foremost, but I thought he did a great job.
Yeah,
I thought he did what he needed to do.
For sure.
He needed to do more on it.
He was funny. It was some moments where I was like, whatever. All right, let's get into this hypothetical real quick and we'll get up out of here. Yeah, I'm going to first and foremost apologize to the fans for my 2 co-hosts that have to leave abruptly and we can't give you guys the best of our God-given ability to be a podcast.
Y'all spent 30 fucking minutes on the beef. I want to talk about that for like 2 seconds. That's it.
Hold on,
I want to spend more I want to spend more time on the roast.
For 1 second, we're going to get to this hypothetical, but he just said we spent 30 minutes on a beef. Do you remember when he spent 45 fucking minutes arguing that Travis Kelce was a wide receiver
on a position
instead of a tight end? Let's not talk about time spent, all right?
And let's talk about...
You wasted a whole show.
The entire show. The entire show.
No, you didn't learn anything from that.
Was I talking to myself?
Oh, shit. We're about to do it again. We're about to do it again.
All right.
Jesus Christ.
All right, we got a hypothetical, and in the future, we do have a new sponsor, Ken Seltzer, for the people, by the people. We don't have the merchandise yet, but do be expected that we will be shouting them out, and we will have some great merch to give away for them as well. All right, for $1 million, you got an opportunity to do one of the following. You have an entire year to shoot par or better on a full 18-hole course, PGA level course. You have an entire season to rush for 100 yards, or you have an entire season to drop 15 in an NBA game. What you choosing?
Just
15 in an NBA game.
I think you can accidentally get 15 in an NBA.
You think?
If you give me an entire season, give me 82 games.
Now, I didn't say you're playing the whole time.
No, I mean, but obviously it's a chance to.
15 is tough.
I can get that done in game 1.
15 is tough.
What you mean?
15 is tough.
Game 1, I'll take a break in the next 81 game.
15 is tough.
15 is not.
One, there's no defense. So,
well, let's make it 20 then. Did you drop a 20 ball?
Deal.
That's a good career.
Deal.
That's potentially a Hall of Fame career.
Yeah, but I ain't averaging.
You ain't averaging. You saying you got one game out of all those games.
Pass me the rock, 85 shots. I'm scoring 20 foul, free throws. I'm scoring 20 points.
That sounds more likely.
Yeah.
Like with that and everything else.
Yeah, because 100. I had it at 60 first, and I was like, even that's tough. But I was
in
like,
a game?
Yeah, 60 yards in a game is tough.
Oh, I thought you said 60 points. I thought
no yards.
I thought you was talking about 60 points. I'm like, what the hell?
Okay, so you both are going basketball?
Oh yeah, I'm going basketball. If LeBron can score 15, I can score 15.
Oh my god. This is the same guy that said he was going to score on LeBron. Remember?
Oh, that's easy. Compared to everything else, yeah.
Well, yeah. You're right. I forgot what the other ones were. Yeah,
you're right. What are you saying?
This is a tough one for me, but I'll probably go basketball, golf, and then football. Those are that'd be the choices I would make. Now, if it was score par on any golf course or better, I would take that because I could play from the front tees, not the lady tees, and I could shoot par or better if I had an entire year to do it.
I gotta be honest with you,
unlimited resources.
I don't know what any of that means, but if basketball wasn't on there, I definitely.
Wait,
choose
what
golf.
was the golf one again?
Shoot par or better, so 72 or better.
Oh, on the whole round.
On the whole round, and there's a course called Teetering Rocks where par is only 60 something, so I could probably get that done.
If you give me just a hole, I'll take that one over the 15.
Oh, be a par on a hole, of course.
I know, just because.
What if I gave you an entire year to get a hole in one?
That's luck. There's a hole in one is 95% luck. Come on, come on, man. Come on. That's why there's pros that haven't never hit a hole in one before.
Well, some of it's luck, some of it's skill. It depends on who the person's swinging the club. Like some people know how to aim at a pin,
bro.
Some people get lucky, hit a rock and go in.
It is 90.
It's probably,
I give you 90% luck.
It's probably not that much luck. It's one of the easiest sports out there, if you want to call it a sport. But.
We got a camera now. I can't wait to get Gary on the course.
It's one of the.
That's it, folks.